Hey, Trader Shane from GMT Futures and FX. Welcome back. We're back again, obviously looking to walk you through the second part of this training session, which is how to set up, put your Asian indicator on the chart. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to open up our indicator suite. So we go Insert Analysis Technique within TradeStation. Obviously, when we do our MT4 version of this, it's going to be slightly different because we've got a different platform. But if we go into our indicator suite, you'll see that there's a bank of indicators under our GMT list, and we're looking for the GMT Asian range indicator. So we'll go OK. And once we've done that, we now have that on our chart. So if we just scroll forward a little bit, you'll see it appear on the charts just there. And what it'll do is it'll come up with a series of horizontal lines. Now these lines represent the range for the period that you've selected. So for example, if I go into the indicator itself, so I go Format Analysis Technique and I go into the indicator itself, you'll see that I've got a start time and an end time. So the start time is the time that you as the trader are selecting to start the range, and the end time is obviously the time that you want the range to finish. So I'm going to set it up at 1800, and this is New York Exchange time, and I want it to finish at 2 o'clock. So that's roughly around our Asian session. And what it'll give me is it'll give me a really good heads up as to what's happening within the Asian range, because the idea of this indicator is we want to see where the breakout is during the Asian session. So, and that's potentially a catalyst for us to taking trades and looking for possible setups and determining whether we've got a bullish or bearish day as we lead into London and then in the US markets. So what you'll see is the indicators are based on, they're color coded. You've got the high and low on the first thread, and then as you start moving down, these are one standard deviation away from the previous level. So you've got, as you move up, you've got 1, 2, 3 standard deviations away from that initial setting, so above and below the market. So that'll give you an indication of where, for example, the range is going to be, and how far the range has moved from that initial setup that you've identified as your opening range. Now you can decide that, well, I don't want to set this up as just an Asian range indicator. You might decide, well, I want to plot the US range. So I might say, for example, go into Format Analysis Technique, I go into my Asian range indicator and put in here from, say, 9 a.m. The opening of the pit session to, say, for example, let's say 16. So it's really good because it's giving a really good look of what's happening, with price and what's happening with the range for each of the sessions. So we could potentially go and adjust this now and have it as the London session. So we'll change that setting now, and this will give us the range for the London session, and we'll make that, say, 2 o'clock till 7 o'clock or 7:30, just to pick up that main London session trading. And the great thing is here we can see that we get that the high and low determined for that session, and then we're getting an idea of where the trend is for the day. We move out of that session into a longer trend, and it shows us there that once we get out of that London session range, we start to develop up a nice trend. So the range indicator, or looking at the range indicator, is a great way of measuring how far price has gone from the opening of the first session in the Asian market through to the London and then obviously the US session. So it's just a very good little visual tool, and we hope you enjoy using the indicator. Cheers.